Hello, Happy New Year, Happy Monday. Welcome to this week's edition of Monday Messages. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. For some people, the holiday was a time of celebration and joy, and for other people, it was a time of really bad depression and drinking too much, or maybe using too much of some substance to make you feel better because they don't know how to get through the holidays without it. So, you know, I'm gearing up, getting ready for a lot of people to seek help these days. And I want to talk to you about the plight of the relapser because it's so disheartening when you love somebody and you see them and you know there's an answer for them, you know there's a way out for them, and you're trying to help them find that way out and they can't get it. And it's just like, why can't you get this? It's right there, it's right in front of you for the taking. Why can't you get it? And I was sitting there thinking about like the best way to describe this to anyone who's dealing with someone they love who just can't seem to get away from something that's killing them. And that could be anything, you name it. And it's like, you know, it's like you're on board. Let's say you're on board this wonderful luxury cruise liner and you're having the time of your life. Everything's great. You're drinking, you're dancing, everyone's laughing, you're telling jokes, you're having the finest food, you're around all these fun people, you're having a great time. And then one day you find out, oops, this ship is called the Titanic. It's got a little problem. It says it's unsinkable, but turns out it can sink. And so slowly the rivets start falling out of the Titanic, and slowly it starts to sink. And people are telling you, hey, the ship you're on, the good times are done. It's starting to sink. We need to get off the boat now. And you're like, I know you say it's sinking, and I see it's starting to go down a little. I feel a lot safer on deck, though. I'm just going to stay on deck. And the band's playing, and you're like, how bad can it be? And the boat starts sinking and tilting more and more towards the ground. And you're still kind of hopeful that, you know what? It's not that bad. I can still, there's no way that this is going to go down. And I'm definitely not going to go, I'm better off on the boat deck than I am out there. So all the lifeboats start filling up and people start going. And sure enough, the inevitable happens and the ship sinks. And you are floundering in the water. Help, help, help. I'm sorry, I need help. I need help. And you see a lifeboat coming around and they throw out a life preserver to you. And they're like, here, catch the preserver. You can come on our lifeboat. We'll help you. We can keep you safe. So you're holding on to this driftwood saying, thanks for the offer, but I got a really solid piece of driftwood here that seems to be working for me okay. And so you let the lifeboat go past. And you see lots of lifeboats out there, but you're sure you're holding onto this driftwood. It's going to save your life. Well, finally you give in. You're like, I'm cold. I don't want to sit in this driftwood anymore. I need to just go on this lifeboat. So somebody reaches out their hand, you let go of the driftwood, and they put you on the lifeboat. And you're on the lifeboat, you're feeling good, you're feeling safe, you're like, okay, thankfully I'm on the lifeboat. Woo, glad that's over. And then they tell you, hey, grab this paddle, you got to start paddling with us. I'm like, what? Paddle? Me? I don't paddle. So I'm unwilling to do the work, and I don't want to do the work. And suddenly the lifeboat doesn't seem as good as I thought it was. And so I decide, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm going to jump off the lifeboat. So jump off the lifeboat. Or even worse, you see this driftwood go by with like this hot guy and like, ooh, I'm going to jump on his piece of driftwood and I'll be totally fine. So you, whatever reason, you decide to jump off the lifeboat. And people are yelling, "Hey, come back, come back. We can save you. We can help you. We can get you to solid ground. Come back. You're not gonna go anywhere holding onto the driftwood, and especially holding onto the driftwood with the guy next to you." But they can't do it. They don't want to do it. They're sure they know better. They're sure that they've got this thing. They're sure, or they've just resigned. You know what? I'm going to die anyway, so I might as well just die holding onto this driftwood next to this guy. At least he's hot. And we'll die together. We'll die a nice romantic death together. And so at that point, the people on the lifeboat, what do? Do you sit there hoping and keep trying to pull this person back in the lifeboat who doesn't want to be in the lifeboat? They say they do, but they don't. They keep saying, "Oh, please help me, help me." And you tell them to get back in the boat, but they won't do it. So eventually you just have to, you see another person down the way and they're screaming for help. "Help, help me, I need help." So you stay with this person who would rather just drift on the driftwood, wanting the lifeboat nearby, just in case they decide to do it? Or do you go to this other person who needs the help and desperately wants it and see if you can pull them in the lifeboat? And so you leave. You have to leave the person. You have to leave the person to figure it out on their own at that point, because you know there's other people out there who need help, who you can help, who want the help. So you reach out your hand to as many other people, pull them in the lifeboat. And for whatever reason, people keep jumping off. But some people stay. And some people stay, and some people are willing to do the rowing. And some people are willing to help find other people who need help. And maybe you'll go back, circle around, and see if that person's ready yet. And maybe they say, "Okay, I'm done. I'm ready." And maybe you can pull them on. And maybe they'll be okay. And maybe they can hold out just long enough for the Carpathia to come, and you can get on the Carpathia and be on a better ship, a more solid ship that's going to lead you safely to shore and solid ground again. You know, that story is really kind of what it's like in the fight for saving the addict, alcoholic, or anyone who's killing themselves with something that is out to get them. It's really a crazy, crazy disease that you are fighting against. And it's disheartening. It's so disheartening when you know that you've got the answers. You know you've shown these people the way out and they won't do it. Or maybe it's your loved one who's in the water. You see them struggling, swimming, and trying to find help, and you tell them, "Jump on that lifeboat, jump on that lifeboat." And they hear you, but they said, "No, I don't want to jump on the lifeboat. I'm comfortable in the cold, icy water with this piece of driftwood and this hot guy next to me, or hot gal next to me, whatever your preference." And at that point, you just have to let them struggle until they're had enough, and they're not gonna, last thing you want to do, you never ever want to jump in the water and try to swim to get that person. It doesn't work. They'll pull you down with them. So you have to let them struggle. You have to let them struggle for them to survive. And only when they're able to stop the struggle and stop the fighting, that maybe you can pull them on the lifeboat. Let them catch their breath, but say, "Okay, now let's get to work. Let's get you safe. Let's get you home. There's a way out, and we're going to get there together." So that's my message. If you love somebody, or you maybe yourself are the person who keeps jumping out of that lifeboat, don't jump out of the lifeboat today. Let go of the driftwood. Take the hand, it's pulling you up out of that whatever the hand is. whether it's rehab, maybe 12-step recovery, whatever, therapy, whatever that hand is trying to pull you out and into that lifeboat. Take the hand, let go of the driftwood. Definitely let go of the driftwood with a hot person next to you on it if you want to survive and you deserve it. And if you're dealing with someone you love who is on that driftwood, you guys just got to let them struggle. There's nothing you can do. There is really nothing you can do at this stage for them other than pray, tell them to get on the lifeboat, keep telling them to get on the lifeboat, and stop enabling them to do what they're doing. Oh, I'm going to because I love you, I'm going to throw a blanket out there to you so you can keep yourself warm while you're on that driftwood. Hey, here's some snacks while you're out there. I want you to be comfortable while you're out there dying. It's only when they lose everything that somebody's willing to do something. And this is coming from someone who's been there. So, it's hard to watch. It's hard to be a part of. But on the flip side, maybe they'll stick on the lifeboat. Maybe they'll stay on that lifeboat long enough for the Carpathia to come get them and deliver them to solid ground. And they'll know happiness again. So that's my message this Monday for the relapser and those who love them. If you're enjoying these, subscribe, stick around. We'll be doing lots of these. Try to do them every Monday. It doesn't always happen, but we try to make it happen. And I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful week, and I will talk to you next Monday. Bye.